Hi, I'm Anna Luther, and today I'm going to be talking to you about my technology needs assessment for my school, McCluskey Middle School in Cobb County, Georgia. So right now we have a solid foundation, but we just need to formalize a lot of the things that are already going on at our school. When we have technology integration, we don't have any norms or goals that we have set for school-wide, or this is the way we're going to use technology. And I think this is really imperative because one thing our school struggles with is kind of being caught in the middle. We don't have a lot of funds for technology, so we have to really divvy up our financial resources responsibly. So we have a limited amount of technology that's not being used properly all the time. Right now we have one grade level lab per 6th, 7th, and 8th. Connection teachers jump in and use those when necessary. We have a media center lab with 20 computers. We have a laptop cart with 30 computers and an iPad cart with 20 iPads. So sometimes this technology is being utilized as a way for students to take notes off a PowerPoint that a teacher has uploaded on their blog or Edmodo page. And because the technology is so scarce, that's not the best way we should be using it. So we really need to sit down and develop a way to use technology that benefits students and really benefits having the technology in the school. So the solution has 6 prongs, and it's going to take a village. So we need skilled teachers, which means we need appropriate professional development, because some teachers just simply are overwhelmed by it. They don't know what resources are even out there, and quite frankly, they're so slammed in trying to get through the day. It's easier to go use a reading or PowerPoint that you've been using for years than it is to go find the newest glamorous resources out there. So we also need technology adoption to make this regular, to make this a protocol that is going to be a norm for us and norm for the kids. We need to be implementing it regularly in all classes. So we need more technology to do this appropriately. We need instructional changes, just like I was saying. Instead of having students copy notes, have them do the research to fill out the graphic organizer that you've given them. Really have them do more of the creating instead of the regurgitation, and move them to the higher order thinking skills. It needs to be student focused and student led if at all possible. It needs to be centered around them, having them stretch their thinking and move into that growth mindset rather than the teacher directing it. Even from a technology standpoint, they need to have some creativity, some ownership in their learning, and consideration of diverse populations. So a lot of students will not have technology access at home, not have a smartphone or things like that. That really isn't a large part of our population, but out of each class I would say there's probably a good 5 or 6 students, which really isn't hard to supplement, but it would require breaking apart the resources that are currently in carts right now. So we need to consider, how will these students access this from home? I've got all this cool stuff, but if they don't have a desktop, and how are they going to do this at home? For instance, I have one game that's flash-based and which won't run on their smartphone or tablet. Will that become an issue this year because most of the children don't have resources that run flash, and it's also becoming outdated. And finally, this needs to be school-wide. It can't be just, okay, in Miss Luther's class we do this, but in so-and-so's class we do this. It needs to be every teacher on the same page so the students just have, this is what we're doing when we use technology. This is how we're going to use technology. So it's consistent, because students really thrive on that consistency and structure. So finally, what's the best way to accomplish this? In my plan, I have a 4-year plan, and it's gradual adoption. We have a significant number of teachers for our student population. We have about 60 people on staff, and probably about 15 do have a graduate degree that's recent in instructional technology. So we really need to utilize the resources that we have, because we have people that are willing and eager to do that and able to do so. So we're going to kind of harness these leaders and do a gradual adoption. This will start in 6th grade. The 6th grade teachers have a lot of gumption, and they have a lot of flexibility in the way they use technology. So it will start from 6th grade when they come to middle school, and it will spread gradually, and then the last year it will be 8th grade and Connections adopting it at the same time. And if this is successful, we can go at a faster rate, but also if it's not, we can plan to have 1 year at a time just to work out all the kinks and really have on-site experts. So if something is starting to go wrong, something is being a hang-up for one group, we can fix it before we roll it out school-wide. Also, we want to create a team that involves the community as well as the staff, because the parents are a huge part of this. The parent support is crucial to really have anything successful that's going to be running into outside of school time and bridging that within school time. Finally, we don't want to be talking about just stuff that other people think is great. We want to be looking at what our teachers need and what they find valuable. So we want to be using surveys, their feedback, to make sure that we're doing stuff that's appropriate for them and that they feel comfortable going into their classroom to implement it. Because if they don't see the academic value, it's just not going to translate over to the students and they won't be doing it. So all these three things in the gradual adoption I think will really set us up for success. Even if we're not able to get a bunch of new technology or grants and things like that, if we can just come up with some cohesion and really get our teachers trained and confident behind using technology in a way that promotes critical thinking, we will really accomplish a lot. And bridging the gap between our community, we have a new administration that's really prioritizing that this year, so I'm very optimistic about the possibilities of working with the community and getting them more involved in their children's education. So those are the few things in my needs assessment and how I see in our school that we could progress. Thank you for watching.